So this Christmas, instead of asking, what toy should I buy? Ask, what kind of play does my child love right now? That one shift will make your toy choice so much more thoughtful, your playtime calmer, and your connection stronger. It will be the gift that keeps on giving. Hello and welcome back to Demystifying Child's Play. I'm Ruth Vercoe, and today we're kicking off a special 3-part Christmas mini-series called A Playful Christmas, Understanding Your Child Through Play Schemas. This series is all about bringing more calm, confidence, and connection into this festive season, simply by understanding how your child plays. You can find all the show notes for this episode, including the links and examples, at playschemas.com/blog. That's play, schemas.com/blog. And as a side note, just before we start properly, I am so happy to be back. All the guests I've had on recently have been pre-recorded to give me some space as we've navigated into being a family of 5. But now, with our wee one being nearly 10 weeks old now, I am so glad to be chatting with you all. And I always love it when you say hi back. It makes this space so much more fun. So please send me a DM on Instagram, which is at @play_schemas, or you can use the fan mail link directly in this podcast. It's really just an email to me. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get comfortable, whether you're out on a walk, catching a rare moment of quiet, or multitasking around the house. Let's dive on in and explore toys, tools, and triggers. Okay, first things first, the box versus the toy. Picture Christmas morning. There's wrapping paper everywhere. Your child has just opened a beautifully wrapped toy. Maybe it flashes, plays music, or talks. The auntie who gifted it, who you and the kids haven't seen in ages, since last Christmas maybe, is excited to see them play. But instead, they sit inside the box, or fill the box with wrapping paper, or use it to transport toys around the lounge. Sound familiar? That's because your child isn't ignoring the toy. They're drawn to the play that best supports their brain development in that moment. And sometimes that's not the toy at all. It's the opportunity for schema play that the box happens to offer. So it makes us ask the question, why are children drawn to certain toys and not others? Children's play choices are guided hand in hand by what their brains are trying to understand and what their interests are. And play schemas are those repeated patterns that help them explore how the world works through concepts such as movement, connection, containment, and transformation. So if your child is constantly pushing prams, carrying bags, or filling boxes, that's a transportation schema. If they love throwing, pouring, or running, that's trajectory. If they're always wrapping things up, covering themselves, or hiding, that's enveloping. When we know this, we can make toy choices that meet them where they are at. Okay, so how do we go about matching toys to play schemas? Here are some really quick examples of schema-aligned toys and materials. And you'll notice most of them are really simple. Again, just head to the blog to get the full list, which is playschemas.com/blog. Okay, for trajectory, which is that throwing one, you can think balls, bean bags, ramps, stacking cups, bubbles, and water play. These all support exploring movement, force, and direction. Transportation, which is moving items around. Think baskets, toy prams, wheelbarrows, boxes, little bags, or containers. This is great for children who love to move things from one place to another. Enveloping. We're thinking scarves, wrapping paper, pillowcases, fabrics, play silks. It's perfect for children who like to wrap, cover, or hide objects or themselves. So when you're thinking about toys, you're thinking about what toy or activity can link in with this. Okay, another one, rotation. This is anything with wheels. Tops, lazy Susans, turntables, ideal for children who love spinning, and often for those who seek vestibular stimulation. Okay, connection and disconnection. We are going to put these together, even though I usually put them apart, because when you've got toys and activities, a lot of them can work together. So Duplo, train tracks, magnetic tiles, pop beads, wooden blocks, Lego if they're older. For those who love joining things together or delight in taking them apart, these are really great. Okay, transformation. Firstly, Play-Doh. I've got a recipe online if you do want that, because it is so easy to make. So again, just head to the blog and you'll find it there. Sand, mud, mixing bowls, baking ingredients, paint, anything that's great for exploring cause and effect and seeing how things change. You might also notice that your child plays across a few schemas at once, but usually one will stand out as their favorite or their main way of learning for a few weeks or months, and the others are just sub to it, but they can rotate around. And that's where the power lies, in the knowledge of play schemas and simple toys. Because when we do choose toys that align with schemas, we shift our focus from what's popular to what best supports our child learn, and also what best supports their play. What are they going to play with most? Sometimes what's popular may be amazing for like a week or a month even, but is it going to last the next year till Christmas? Maybe not. So thinking about play schemas really helps know how you're going to be able to engage them on and on and on. And I'm sure that you also know the best toys are often the simplest, open-ended ones that can be used in lots of ways. So like I've already mentioned, things like wooden blocks, scarves, stacking cups, they grow and change with your child rather than being outgrown when the novelty wears off. And the bonuses, simple toys often mean less overstimulation, fewer flashing lights, and more imagination. And these simple toys can often be used across schemas in so many different ways. So around Christmas, it's easy to feel pressured to buy more, especially when marketing tells us that certain toys will make our child smarter or happier, or they have to have it, otherwise they're going to be the only one without it. But schema understanding helps us simplify. When you can see what type of play your child is naturally drawn to, you can choose 1 or 2 toys that truly meet the need, rather than a pile of things that just don't get touched. You can also get creative in what you already have at home. You could use muffin trays for sorting, boxes and baskets for transporting, kitchen utensils for rotation and transformation play. It doesn't have to cost anything to support rich, meaningful play. Now, if you're anything like me, you might be quietly dreading the influx of new toys. So before we sign off, let's talk about managing toy chaos. There are 2 things that can really help: toy donation and toy rotation. Leading up to Christmas is the perfect time to donate toys that are no longer the go-to, and bonus points if your child is involved in the gifting process and they're not just smuggled out the door to the secondhand shop. But if that's your reality, don't worry, it is mine too. But in the lead up to Christmas, people are wanting to buy presents, and now's definitely the best time rather than after Christmas to donate them. And toy rotation. Keep a small selection of toys out that match your child's current play interests and store the rest away. After a couple of weeks, swap them around. This not only keeps play fresh, but it helps your child focus more deeply because they're not overwhelmed by too much choice. You might even notice certain toys keep being chosen again and again and again, and these are your schema clues. And if your children, like mine, discover the hiding spot, don't stress, involve them in the rotation. Let them choose what comes out and goes away. So I always think it's worth remembering play schemas explain the why. They explain why the box is better than the toy. A big cardboard box can be anything: a vehicle for transporting, an enclosure to hide in, a fort to build, or a base for decorating and transforming. When we stop fighting against that and start embracing it, we can lean into who our children really are and who they are becoming. We can see how resourceful and imaginative they truly are. And they're not bored of their toys, they're just simply following their learning instincts. So if you are listening to this before Christmas, my challenge to you is to take 5 minutes to notice this week what your child loves doing most. Do they currently move things, spin things, build, wrap, pour? Then when you're thinking about gifts, big or small, think about how these actions could be supported. Because the goal isn't just to give them toys, it's to give them opportunities to play in ways that make sense to their brain. It's how play truly becomes joyful and meaningful. I also want to remind you that having the perfect toys doesn't make Christmas magical. Children don't need elaborate setups or endless presents. They need time, space, and freedom to play. When we match toys to schemas, we give them exactly that: a sense of mastery and confidence in their own play. And honestly, play, especially with you, is one of the best gifts you can give this Christmas. So this Christmas, instead of asking, what toy should I buy? Ask, what kind of play does my child love right now? That one shift will make your toy choice so much more thoughtful, your playtime calmer, and your connection stronger. It will be the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, remember you can find the show notes and schema ideas mentioned in this episode at playschemas.com/blog. And if you'd like to explore all the 10 play schemas more deeply and discover how to support your child's play through each one, head over to playschemas.com/free, which is play, schemas.com/free to download my free guide. Next week, we're going to be talking about water play before jumping back into week 2 of the series, thinking about the secret language of play. So remember, today is a great day to play, and please do get in touch. I love connecting.